Clean catch for you?
When you see it real time, and that's a very important thing to see, and it's something that I've advocated to a lot of people about, when there's a review of a low catch and goes upstairs to the TV umpire, they get all kinds of angles. The freeze image, the frozen image is the one that really sets the cat among the pigeons, where the viewers see, frozen image and you see the leather touching the turf, and then you think, that's not a catch. Leather touching the turf. With real time, look like a pretty brilliant catch, just a nice motion. So yeah, I can understand Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill looking at one image and thinking maybe there was some contact. But in the end, if you ask me whether that was a catch, I would say, yeah, brilliant catch.
So on the evidence of what the TV umpire saw, if you were in his position, you're saying that's out?
Yeah, because for me, I've always believed that the real time sort of replay of the whole event rather than one frozen image. There are a lot of clean catches as well taken. And if you just choose to freeze it at one point, you can actually, put some doubt on the guys watching, on the guy making the decision. And that's why I've also been an advocate of the soft signal. I like the soft signal because people at the ground sometimes just have a greater view. A man at square leg, for example, catch at gully, would have a better view. It's just a feeling you get on the field. Whether that's taken, not taken.
Well, that's a different debate. And I know why it went away, the soft signal, boundary catches, etc.
Yeah, but that
more complex.
Yeah, so that is a soft signal where the guy upstairs can overrule it. But in cases where there are close catches, at least you've got another point of view from an official.
All right, fair enough. But you think the TV umpire, Richard Kettleborough, got that right? Let's ask Brad Haddin what he made of it. Brad?
Yeah, I thought it was an outstanding catch. To be able to take a catch like that, a man so tall, you have to be in perfect position. We see him take a beautiful one high to his right in the first innings, but this one is as good as it gets. Low to his left. He took off beautifully, got his hand underneath the ball, and those sort of catches like that are match changing, and that's exactly what that can be. That was an outstanding catch there by Green.
All right. So both batters are in agreement that if you're out there and that's your dismissal, if you're watching those pictures, you're still telling yourself, yeah, that's a clean catch, right, Brad?
Yeah, I thought it was a clean catch. I thought Green got his fingers underneath the ball. But I agree what you were saying there before. Yeah, I like it in real time because if you do slow it down too much and look at different frames, you can create some doubt. But this one, I thought Cameron Green got his fingers underneath the ball and took an outstanding catch.
There's another thing as well. When you see an obviously one bounce catch, and we've seen a few, it's very obvious. And everyone sort of looks at it and says, there it is, the ball has hit the turf, and then it's gone into the hand. Those are the ones that you've got to overrule in case the umpire has given that out. These are the kinds you've got to just trust your cricketing instinct, just watching it in real time. And you see that catch again and again, and you can see that there is no, not mad practice, but it was a pretty clean catch and a brilliant catch. And the debate has now gone whether it was a catch or not in that direction, but as Brad said, absolutely right. Brilliant catch, that left-handed.
All right, absolutely. This is a different kind of close catch, though, because you see a fielder going one hand, left hand low. It seemed like when he made contact, as Ricky Ponting mentioned just before they went off air, that time he's in control. Then the movement of the arm along the ground, then you're wondering whether the turf has helped keep the ball in his hand. So that created the doubt. But I think we're pretty clear.
That is where the problem lies when you sort of look at every image possible. Let's not forget the images that you see, one frame after the other. There are many frames in between two frames because this is not an ultra slow motion camera. And if you have that camera, every camera on the ground, then you'll get another different perspective. So just go with, the first motion. The motion will tell you whether it's a clean catch or not a clean catch. I mean, you see the obvious one bounce. Those are the ones to say not out.
All right, absolutely no doubt then on our panel between Sanjay and Brad, and both batters, mind you. So let's go to the other end of it, which is the catch itself. You call it an amazing catch. So I guess, Brad, the thing about Cameron Green is don't give him impossible or difficult catches because he tends to take those.
Well, you just have to look at the size of Cameron Green. He's 2 meters tall. To be able to get down low to your left and put yourself in the game to take a catch like that. Athletically, you have to be moving perfectly to be able to take off, not have straight legs, hold that position and be able to take off and react fast enough to get your hand underneath the ball. That's just the beauty of him, to have someone in your team that can bat, bowl, and as we've seen a couple of times in this test match, take unbelievable game-changing catches.
Yeah, that's actually the main talking point of a cricketer who, in this part of the world, Brad, we call them 3D players.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, this is, Cameron Green. We saw him recently in the IPL, the 100 that he got. So we saw that talent there. Today, I know it was a little more safe than normal, but we saw him bat in India on difficult turning pitches. He got 100 in India on an Indian pitch. And here, showing his prowess with the ball. He'll come in a little later bowl and take catches like that in the gully. Fast bowler at gully, very few. There have been very few over the years. Joel Garner in his time was one.
Sure.
But brilliant to have such a talent. All these three exceptional skills in one man.
Yeah, he's not just a giant who hits the
Absolutely.
ball or bowls. He can now field as well.
Wow,
That's
yeah.
awesome. All right, the first part of that dismissal itself now. Scott Boland getting Shubman Gill, and do you see perhaps some trauma from the first innings carrying over to how Shubman Gill has played Scott Boland in that brief innings, Sanjay?
How many balls did he leave in this particular innings? I don't think a single one. So it happens, if you've got out in a particular way, especially leaving a ball outside the off stump, it plays on your mind. And second innings, I thought he came in thinking, more positive, no tentativeness, anything on the off stump. And fortunately for him, the ball wasn't seaming around, it wasn't swinging too much. So he could actually put back to ball with conviction, like he does in white ball cricket. So I don't think he looked to leave a single ball. But that is an area which a guy with a back foot trigger movement will always find a little difficult to handle. With time, he'll get over it. He's young. And, that is the reason. If you wonder why he was leaving the ball in the first innings, this is the reason why. Because on occasion, he might not be to the pitch of the ball and the edge will carry. But credit again to the bowler. Boland, who's been by far the best bowler in the sense that he's bowled the most difficult ball to face for a batter, ball after ball. Pat Cummins, Mitchell Stark are class bowler, but they've been guilty of sometimes just getting that ball up, trying too many things. Boland has kept it simple and hence the most difficult.
Yeah, bread and butter ball then for Scott Boland, Brad, and good on Pat Cummins to start with him.
Yeah, I think that's where we need to start. I think that the one thing that Paddy Cummins did really well was give Scotty Boland the opportunity to take the new ball. And the reason he did that is because he makes the batsman play. And we've seen in this test match, even with India at the start, they didn't make Australian batsmen play enough. Mitchell Stark, who we know is a superstar with that new ball, he can get the ball to swing, he can make life uncomfortable. But at times, he doesn't make the batsman play enough. So that was the thinking behind the Australians, giving the new ball to Scott Boland and then trusting him with it. India were none for 40, run a ball, but they trusted Scott Boland. He kept making a play, and in the end, he got the reward. So smart captaincy.
You sense that this is India's biggest threat now, how they deal with Scott Boland. Runs seem to be coming easily of Cummins and Stark. We may see something else in the last session, Sanjay, but 7 overs have yielded comfortable runs until that wicket.
Yes, because the Indian bowlers are naturally, batters are naturally attacking players, and anything that was slightly, marginally loose was, hit for boundaries. I thought Rohit Sharma's innings there was perfection. I mean, from ball number 1, that little swivel pull shot, then there have been a couple that he's left, the defense, the front foot drive. It's just amazing to see this guy who struggled in the IPL come to test cricket and feel at home. I mean, this is supposed to be the more difficult format. It just keeps me, it sort of reinforces my belief that Rohit Sharma currently is just this ideal test batter, and he finds coming into test cricket and batting in this fashion a lot more easy transition than any other format. So I thought that was another very good innings.
जिस पे नाम सिर्फ एक का हो
लेकिन हो पूरे देश के नाम।
उस चीज को हाउ डू आई डिस्क्राइब इट इस जर्सी के लिए मेरे फीलिंग समझाना इम्पॉसिबल है
पर इसे पहन के
I feel just one thing, impossible
इज नथिंग